Alright, I think we're just about ready here, so, well, let me just pour myself a glass and we'll start off and then you can see what I'm actually working on. So, just had dinner, so I do have a little bit in my throat, so I just need something to wash it down. Okay, let's get to working. Let me just check here. Okay, so let's turn this off, and here we are. We're doing funny things tonight. Let's turn on our small palette here and grab this thing here, and then let's hop in. Let's start with the back character here, and I think what we will do is we will start with the dark fur. It's not the most complex character in regards to like color composition and stuff, so it's not bad. Should be fairly quickly to color, that is. I've yet to decide if I want to do shading, but I'm not certain. I think I want to do just some maybe basic effects or something. I haven't decided, but we'll figure that out. Well, I think we've got a little bit too much off there. Yeah, I'm not sure how many will actually come to the stream tonight. First of all, there's other people streaming, but other than that, there's also like, I marked this as potentially spoilery. Basically, if you want to see the finished picture first, then you should probably not be watching, because I think the full effect of the picture really comes with the colouring, but I wanted to stream it so that anyone that wanted to watch was able to, and so that I could have it up as a video on demand later, just so that once it has gone live I can publish that, and then anyone who didn't want to come to the live show, they can then see it there if they want. So yeah. A little bit there we might want to clean up. Don't think it has anything to do with this layer, no, it is something from here. So yeah, there we are. Nee. Nee, nee. Basically, the story behind this is that I had inspiration for another picture, which will also go up. But then I tweeted about it, just a vague tweet that I wanted to go home. I was at work at the time. Wanted to go home and draw because I was inspired. And then I was messaged by someone, or precisely the owner of this character, and he doesn't actually know I'm doing this, so I hope that he's okay with it. And he gave me the idea for this, so I went with it. Okay, what happened there? And what happened there? And there's this ghost clicking at the moment, or pen. Let's clean it up, shall we? Thank you. Probably shouldn't worry so much about shelf edges here, but whatever. Doesn't take much longer to do. So we're just going to go with it. I think we'll just leave that. Actually, let's do this. And this one we'll do like that. Save us a little bit of time. By the way, if you're watching, do feel free to talk. I can manage to both talk and draw at the same time, or rather read chat. You can hear that I'm talking. So go right ahead. Otherwise I'll just be continuing talking with myself, and I'm warning you, I'll probably be singing at some point. So yeah, if you want to avoid that, talk. Or rather humming, because we don't really have a whole lot of songs in today's playlist, so I probably won't be singing too much. It's not like we have Manowar or something going on. That would be good, but unfortunately it's not really something I can just use on a stream, because then there's the whole monetization issue. I know I don't monetize my stuff anyway, but if I ever decide to, I'd like to be able to without having to worry about that. Hi there, Flora, welcome. How are you tonight? And in general. Oh, we're going Danish now, aren't we? Not that drunk. Not drunk at all. I'm glad to hear that. Fun fact, Flora here in the chat is actually one of the people that I drew a while back, and who has probably been the other character like I drew like for the first time just out of the blue. I have never done this race before, so I'm happy with how it came out. I just hope that I'm truthful to the race. Hi T-Snow, good evening. There's another one there. The nus surgery? Is that the chest surgery that you got? I didn't think you ever mentioned that by name, just explain the procedure. Okay, and since we have the collar out anyway, we're going to do the other character as well, because then we have both bases, then we can work faster after that, so it's a good place to start. See if I can do a good one here. I think it's a little bit too... Come on. Kinda. Just do this, and then we will take this and do free to form. It doesn't really matter with these. We basically just need something on the bottom to stop the color from leaking out. So yeah, doesn't matter. I'm very glad to hear that. It's been a long while, but I'm glad it's finally about to be over. Okay, for some reason a little bit of a hole there. Probably from the deformation. It's a long time. Then again, that sort of thing takes a while to really change. So, yeah, it's not just a day-to-day thing. Oops. Messed that up at the end. Stop that. We'll do this. Really need to get myself a new tablet. Been looking at some, just haven't actually ordered one yet. I'll do that soon. I'm gonna have to break in a new tablet, which is probably gonna be a little bit of an ass. Because they're all a little different, and yeah. Probably going to need to like get used to the pressure settings and that sort of thing. Yeah, I can imagine that. Well, at least it's going to be a lot of pressure off your chest, so literally.
Got a little Swedish there.
But yeah, 3 years is a long time. It's about as long as it took me to get through the process with the clinic. That was hell. At least I guess with yours you had sort of more like answers. At least you should have. Wow. 6 weeks afterwards. That's a lot sooner than I would expect. Well, when you start doing that, you can do all the sport for me. I don't really care about sport. I need to be fat, not fit. And I'm also just generally lazy. Although if I call myself lazy in front of other people, they're probably going to hit me or something because I do a lot of stuff. I just don't exercise a whole lot. But in my defense, you can't get running shoes with high heels, so there, that's my excuse. Wow, yeah, that is expensive. I'm looking at getting a Huion, Huion. They're fairly cheap, so if it turns out to be a bad buy, I won't have used too much money on it. It'll probably cost me around $100. The only bad thing I've heard about it is the drivers are a little bit shit. It doesn't sound like the drivers are worse than what I have at the moment, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. The only thing is getting it installed. Honestly, if I had the desk space, I'd order one of the tablet screens, but I don't have the desk space. My apartment is fairly small, 59 square meters to be precise. So my amount of space is limited and I have a fairly small desk, so I don't really have space for more than my 2 monitors here, and I actually bought extra big monitors. Can't remember how big they are, 24 inches I think, which is actually too big for the desk, but one of them can turn sideways. I have one of them in portrait view so that I can actually use it for chat and stuff. really a third screen would be awesome, because as it is, I'm actually a little low on screen space, like the actual on-screen space. I need space for the window itself that I'm recording, which takes up a full screen, of course. But then I need the chat, the music, other stuff, references. It's really the references that's going to take up space. So yeah. Yeah, but you don't live in your office, that's the thing. My desk is stuffed into my bedroom, and really what I should do is use my living room for it, but I have a family with like 5 kids on top of me, and they stomp the floor every now and then. However, they stomp the floor more in the living room than they do the bedroom, so less noise in here, even though you can still hear it. Small children too. Like not small, but small enough small. Small where they don't always listen when you tell them to stop moving. But they're sweet children. And they're still nice to me after they like saw me in the dress for the first time. Yeah, I have 2 monitors. It's a long time since I changed to 2 monitors, but basically the moment you do, you can never go back. Almost done with this base layer. Yeah, like my third monitor would be an actual like drawing tablet monitor, so that would basically be my screen that would be dedicated in order to draw. So I'd still, for instance, for gaming and stuff, I'd still use 2 monitors. I don't need art references for that, but it would be very nice to have a third monitor when it comes to that. I know you spend a lot of time in there, but do you sleep in there, other than when you fall asleep at your desk? I can literally turn around here and poke my bed if I want. But like usually the apartments in the building that I'm in is 54 not cubic meters. That wouldn't be very much square meters. But my apartment is 59. That's because I have a corner apartment, and on the corners you get a little bit of extra space in the bedroom, but it kind of like skews the bedroom, so it's kind of like a, like if you imagine, so if you imagine a pyramid shape, or a triangle, then cut it in half, and then take the pointiest tip off the triangle and just cut up off the tip. That's basically the shape of my bedroom. So that means that in regards to furniture, closets, that sort of thing, it's sort of a little wonky, and there goes some space to waste, but all in all you still have more space. So yeah. It's Toasty song. Toasty. Good evening, Random. Welcome. Once I'm done with this base layer, I'll show you what we're working on. For everyone who came after the beginning. Basically, we're doing inappropriate furry humor. Something which I'm kinda hoping will turn into the next furry meme, because that would be awesome. Not just because I created it or anything, it's just because then I would see like other people doing the same thing and see like how it develops, so kinda like want to chain a hashtag to it. So let's see here. Here we go. Lifehacks for furries, doing it from behind. What do you do when you have a wedge face? You find yourself a solution that works. Are you all settled in? I think it's more the question. I'll try to bend that down a little bit. I can never not hear that and not laugh. I can never not hear that and not laugh. I can never hear that and not laugh is what I'm trying to say. Oh, still having problems with your back? I hope that would be over by now. I saw your tweet earlier. Nice with cat pillow though. Especially willing cat pillow. Usually cats aren't very willing to be pillows, from my experiences. Although, to be honest, Mouse would probably let me do it to her. But then again, I don't ever abuse her, so she kind of trusts me. A little bit too much there. Oh. Need to get yourself one of them fancy electric ones. Then tune it. Well, I'll imagine with one less cat in the house, it's going to change a few things. So, not uncommon, I guess. Maybe he was just jealous before that someone else had that position and secretly wanted it himself. Or perhaps he just feels that you need it. You never know with animals, they surprise you. I need to look up a quick reference here. I actually don't know about the paws. Yeah, I thought so. Good, good. Goody, goody. Let's keep that up just so we have it. Basically, I needed to make sure that the hands here was also going to be white. And they are indeed. I can just go across here, down to this bit. Yeah, it's a lot of change. I just got news the other day that Kitty's unfortunately going to have to give this dog Ranger away. He already gave his other dog Elfie away, but with his work schedule he just can't basically like have a pet or a dog. It's not fair to him to be locked in a cage for so long every day. I know it's better for Ranger, but I'm gonna miss Ranger. No worries, Flora. Have a good evening. Thanks for dropping by. Okay, let's just check the arm here, because I think that's actually also going to be white. Yeah, it looks like it. Basically white other than on the back. So this and this should be white. We need to do some work on the neck. Okay, let's start with a new layer. We'll do a brush and do a 50 brush. And we need to do like a little bit of hair work here. It's kind of more like that. Let's just do that. And then let's colour in the other finger here. Doesn't matter, the little splotch there. Right, come on pen, work with me. I said work with me. Being such an arse. Pull yourself together and buy a fucking new thing. Ew, I swore. Now I can't monetize my video. How did you even click there? Fuck off. How the hell? This bloody pen. Thank you. Stop clicking on your own. Bloody thing. Okay, let's get this layer. Right, also, these two together. This one here. Basically, we're just going to colour in all of this. So most of what we should be focusing on is probably the neck at the moment. Oh, a little too much. Colouring this. There we are. And then we need to do the top. And we'll do that with a pencil, because that's a little sharper. Stop clicking. Stop clicking. Hi Poppy, welcome. Been a little while since I have seen you in one of the streams. Nice of you to drop by. How's your evening going? I'm not sure what's going on, but they did something weird, and now basically people are getting their monetized videos unmonetized because they swore in them, or they have made something that is inappropriate sexual content, or even like kinda just sexualized, so basically everything I do, and then like anything that is political is also unmonetizable. So yeah, a lot of people are pissed about that, and I think we're going to see some tail tugging before too long, because they're shooting themselves in the foot pretty badly with this. Well, it's new to me. I only saw it in the last couple of days. Basically, I get all my news right now through Twitter and the random things that pops up there. I should do more to read stuff. Yeah. They're not taking the videos down, they're just removing the monetization on them. But basically, if they remove all the monetization, then people are not going to get any money, so people are just going to stop making content. So in the end, YouTube is going to end up with very few content creators, because all its big content creators is people who swear and shout and are inappropriate content. So yeah. But it could of course just be YouTube's next move to try and get rid of all the Let's Players and get in more video channels that just does music videos that they can get money from. Well, for streaming, we do have other things. That's of course live streaming. But yeah, it would be a good time for another one to rise at this very moment. Because then you'd probably have everyone jumping ship. Although if I'm going to have to move all my videos to a new channel or new site, then I might consider hiring someone to upload that for me, because that's going to be an utter arse. I don't even know who that person is, but his name keeps popping up. Okay, we are done there. So let's do the blue. Start on this one. Okay, we're going to do a brush. We're going to do a 20 brush. Gonna do a little oh, are we? I kind of like how that looks. I think we're gonna keep that. Well, it is, in a sort of way, a little bit of censorship, but like you're controlling what people make, basically, and that is a way of censoring stuff, so I think it is a form of censorship, at least. Maybe not strictly, but at least something. Okay, let's just hop over here and do the other one. Giggity. Whoops. Yeah, it is a little scary what they're doing. But I mean, if YouTube decides you can no longer make videos, then... well, I guess I'm done making videos. I'm sure another site will come along and pick up all the users that suddenly left afloat. Not going to be the end of the world, but there might be a little bit of a stale time. Like I said to someone else earlier, I don't think that this is going to like end in anything but a tail tug, but it might suck for a bit. Let's get some white. And let's fix the bleeds here. Actually, we probably don't have to fix the bleeds down here. Yeah, we don't have to. So we're just gonna not do that. Okay, the next thing to do is probably to do the shirt, I think. So let's do that. It's gonna be easy on this one over here. The only problem with moving it to your own side is the space requirement. Although I'm not very good at that whole thing, so you know more than me about that sort of thing. I know all my videos is filling a buttload on my hard drive. Well, hard drive Z. Yep, that's the problem. It's the same thing with like furry art. It's also only like one, maybe two sides. Like same thing, if you're going to do furry art, you pretty much have to go to FA. And honestly, FA is a shitty site. FA is Fur Affinity, by the way. And if you go and make a profile, don't say I didn't warn you. There's things in there that are naughty. So yeah, careful. But you need to be 18 and older, so yeah. think you can have a profile before, but you can't enable your... or at least you're not allowed to enable. You can't enable the like mature filter. Disable it, I guess. It's more like. There we go, green t-shirt. And then we do the same over here. Except here we have arms to consider. Yeah, I didn't really swear a whole lot either. Although I won't hold it back if I want to swear. But usually I just use words like bugger. I don't really consider that a swear. Honestly, if you censor a video, or if you demonetize a video because of the word bugger, you need to get your fucking balls checked. And there it was necessary to use a swear. Pretty sure at that point they'd be gone. They'd have left you in embarrassment. Because someone in Denmark is just retarded. We like the word fuck, for instance. That's just part of the common language. If you come to Denmark as an American, you'll probably be startled of all the fuck that is being given. We use that word a lot, but to us it's not a bad word. It's just basically something you say to make something more like weighty in an argument or whatever you're doing. So yeah. I think we'll save and then we will take ourselves another glass of bubbly. I mean, you want innuendo words? Have a look right here. Yeah. Very true. I actually thought about that myself. Like, I wouldn't be sad to see channels like PewDiePie's go away. They don't have anything against the guy, but I hate his content. I think it is decreasing like the general intelligence of our future generations, and it is harmful to basically the future. Yeah, but it's not the first time we've seen YouTube being two-faced, so they're very good at that. We'll fuck over the small guy and then we will resist the urge to say SDD. Yeah. I got that stuck in my head. Brilliant. But I mean, other sites do that as well. Twitch here. Twitch is a shitty site. And it makes no sense. Like, why would you shoot the small guy in the foot to rely on a couple of big guys that might just turn tail and leave you in a month? When you could build up all the small guys and have a big mass of really good people that will produce income for you. Like, the only reason I have not left Twitch yet is because I am a lazy ass who hasn't gotten around to figuring out how to get StreamYard to work. But I found a video of how to get it to work. I just need to find the time to get it to work. So once I get that working, I'm gone. Not gonna give any more money to this shitty site. So yeah. We don't have much over here, but we do have a little bit, so let's fix that real quick. But it's mostly on this side, if not completely on this side. Yeah, we don't have any on this. Well, that's the whole thing. If you don't make sure that you have some more people that can make money for you, then eventually you're going to run out. Like PewDiePie, he doesn't need to do this shit. He can just leave and live for the money he has for the rest of his life. So if he decides to just up and leave, quit tomorrow, then that's going to be a big income hit if you have not made sure to give yourself more people to give you income. Where is the layer I'm looking for? This one? No, this one? Yep. Okay, we have one more. This one. There we are. Close. Yeah, I know. But my point still stands. If he decides to just say, I'm making a motion with my finger, you can imagine what it is. Then there, yeah, bad off. Is that an innuendo? Did you say, oh wait? Do keep in mind I have quite a few videos now. I think I'm close to reaching 400 videos uploaded. It's like it's just yesterday it started. I know it was over a year ago, but still, it doesn't feel like that long. That's what she said. Oh, innuendo, there goes monetization again. Bugger. Theme of the evening is monetization. Oh, yeah, of course. I'm not like trying to keep it secret. It's just I haven't really talked about it. Basically because I haven't really been doing a whole lot of the art yet. So I'd like to continue that, so I actually have something to kind of unveil with it. If that makes any sense. Indeed. Like that is like one thing I cannot avoid. If that sort of thing comes up, giggity, then we can't say giggity either. Then yeah, we just screwed. You can barely see that the colour's different, but it is slightly different. Okay, we need to have the palette now. Oh, don't get me started on the Bible. Already have a talk about that earlier today. I still find it funny that, like, seeing where I am today and thinking back to, in the past, I was very close to deciding to become a priest. Could you see me today as a priest? I'm furry, I'm transgender, I'm bisexual. Then on top of everything else, like topics like incest, for instance, or bestiality, I have no issue with them. I'm gonna be a popular person in the church, I tell you. We're allegedly fucked. Oh, was that not how we were doing it? I hope I'm not that bad. Well, it's not good if you start to smoke. Well, I guess we can start here. We need a tenner. 5, I think. Well, I've told the story before, but I know someone who... It's not me. It's not me. I know someone who has lost their virginity in a church. I mean, if you're going to lose your virginity, what better place? I still remember the date when I lost my virginity, and it's not just because I saw fireworks. Yay, orgasm joke. This video is going to be so unmonetized. Who says it's a he? Not that it isn't a he, but specifically said they. Speaking of virginities, I still find it so weird how in America it's almost considered like it is like loss of honor if you still have your virginity at a certain age. I mean, here we have what is called pure svin, which is, well, pure svin and pure mu, which is the female equivalent, sort of adopted, which is basically like you, once you reach 30 years, if you're not married, then it's probably because your boyfriend is a traveling spice salesman, thereby pure, which is pepper, Sven, which is just like a guy or something like that. So therefrom it comes, and you then sort of mock the person, like that guy, for not having settled down yet by giving them basically a large pepper grinder, usually made out of oil barrels and filled with cement, which is an arse to get hauled away. And apparently they've started doing that for females as well, and just FYI, if anyone does that to me, I'm gonna cry. So be prepared for that. I'm not looking forward to be 30. I'm not even one yet. Can't actually remember. Will I be 30 before I become one? I'm gonna have to look into that. It's a very weird custom. But I mean, we also have that thing where in the past it was quite often seen female just stealing hats of men and then demanding money to return them. Like just an open street, it was just accepted. Like, what the hell? If you're watching, following Scandinavia and the world, you'll have seen a comic about it. It's quite humorous, like the Danish, or the guy Dane, like walking down and you hear screech from inside, like you hear rustle from a bush, and then you hear screech, and then all of a sudden a dark shadow rises out of the bushes and charges him and pounces him, and then all of a sudden Lady Denmark is standing on top of him in triumph with his hat on. Yay, your hat is mine now! So good. Messed up, but good. Ah, bugger. Still imagining that scene. Stop that. Diddly-did-did. Da, da, da. Okay, let's do the purries. Don't need to do any selection. So let's see here. I think what we want is a colour that is white, but rather than just being pale white, we're going to make it yellowish and give it a little bit more yellow. Yet. Something along those lines. Just to make it stand out, then we'll disable the fur. Alright, good night puppy, enjoy it. Thank you for dropping by. A bit of bleed there. I'm sure in Denmark we have a lot of other weird costumes, I just can't remember any right now. One fun thing is that Denmark, if you look at like invention of various types of cakes, Denmark is actually one of the countries that has invented the most cakes. But the fun fact is that Denmark did not invent what is commonly known as a Danish. That's actually not a Danish pastry. The more you know. We did, however, invent the upside down cake, for instance. A bunch of other stuff. We have or had a show where like amateurs would compete in making cakes and stuff. They'd have like they'd have one challenge where they had to they basically had to like bake whatever they wanted, as long as it fulfilled some like theme or condition. And then they had the challenge where they had to make a cake that was basically invented by make a cake that is either often baked or invented by one of the judges. And then from a recipe that has no indication of what they or how much they need, just what they need to basically figure out how to make it. And then you have the master challenge where they like pour in their heart and soul and try to make something to impress the judges, which has to display technique and all that kind of stuff, progress. It's quite an interesting show, I liked it. Got me in the mood for baking cakes. The only problem is I only have me here to eat the cakes, so if I just started making cakes, I'd probably be fat sooner than I'm intending.
Please do not leave cases or parcels unattended anywhere on the station. Any unattended articles are likely to be removed without warning.
Hi there, Marcus, welcome. Good to have you here. Did you sleep well? A little bit of a white spot there. Stop auto-clicking. Oh, sorry to hear that, hun. It's not nice when you can't sleep well. And quickly ruin a whole day. I hope it won't for you though. I got like an itch behind the place where the cup of my headphones is sitting. I keep trying to like scratch it and like poke my finger into the headphones. Oh, cheeseburgers. It's been so long since I had a cheeseburger. Would be nice. Oh, stop time. I swear this bloody mouse. Pen. Mouse pen. Usually I only really get burgers, well, other than when I make my homemade stuff, of course, which I don't really make all that often, but like getting like a bought burger, I don't do that unless I have something like a gaming night or something, and I'm not talking online gaming, I'm talking like sitting down with other people and playing board games. But I don't really have a whole lot of people to do that with anymore. All the people that I used to play board game with, they've sort of forgotten about me by now, so yeah. There we are. How do you even keep selecting that thing? I haven't clicked on it. Stop it. I'm ordering a new tablet. Alrighty, random. This bloody thing. we go, popping that button off. Okay, I just want to do something here. This one over here. I want to take this, do that, get off. I basically just popped off a button on the on the pen to help it stop doing that. It's on the floor now. Probably gonna find it afterwards. Just do that because we're not gonna do a whole lot of shading on this. So we're just gonna do base colors. So we're gonna take this down to, I think, -40. There we go. Just so that it is actually darker than everything else, because it's inside rather than out. Then we'll just do a little bit of small effects, nothing major. And let's do the pizza. Pizza. Okay, pizza crust is sort of a little orangey. We need a new layer. This one. Yeah. That might work as crust. Yeah, that's true. But you haven't seen how many times it's done that flashing thing where it's just made everything one colour. Annoying. I was actually talking to someone earlier today who taught me a new term. He'd gone to the dentist today to try to get his teeth fixed, and the dentist wanted $4,000 for it, and he has insurance. So how the hell can it cost $4,000? That's so fucked up. Pardon my French. But they wanted that for it, so he basically said not gonna happen and left. And is gonna try another one. And he says, no, he said, if nothing else, I'm gonna redneck it. I was like, what does that even mean? But that's apparently when you get a couple of friends, get yourself drunk off of moonshine, and then basically lie back and let them go to town. I told him, please don't get yourself hurt. That sounds horrible. I mean, in Denmark we pay for our own dentistry, but it doesn't cost fucking $4,000. What the hell? We're gonna have to move the crust, it looks like, or move accessories. Accessories doesn't really need to be there, it just needs to be basically above the light. I hope you didn't have to do anything like that. So where do we put it there? We put it right above the flesh, below the whites. Okay. What the hell? Is her bosses retarded? Still, that doesn't mean that you have to promote people who are not doing Dagon. That sounds so bad. The dentistry, that is. I can even call it dentistry. Dent archery. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know if my mind is tired, but it feels to my right eye like this here is sort of like melting. Kind of freaky. I mean, it is sort of melting, but like melting down towards the other side. It's quite weird. Okay. Of course, have a good time. I'll message you once I'm done here and see if you have time to talk, but otherwise I'll see you later. Thanks for dropping by. bugger. Grab this one. Whoops. What the hell happened there? Need to go to another place. Okay, quick saving break while I take a drink. Ooh, pancakes. Well, our pancakes is not the same as yours, of course. Yours are those fluffy ones, but I do quite enjoy a dinner of Danish pancakes. That is awesome. Oh, I should make that soon again. So unhealthy, so good. It probably does take it takes an hour to make, but you do have food for a couple of days, or rather, you have food for one day and you have snacks for coffee multiple days. So it's a good thing. Yeah, it's kind of like crepes. It's different than regular crepes, but it's sort of the same style where you have like a flat thing that is fried on a pan. Stop clicking everything. RC pen. I think I actually have a picture on Twitter if you want to see them, because I think last time I made it I took a picture of it and put it there, but it might be difficult to find because it's a little while back, so there should be a lot of pictures to flip through, but you could try and find it there. Otherwise I probably have it in my Dropbox as well and I can show you later. Up to you. Depends on what you're doing on the side here. There we go, there's the pizza done. Then we need to do the crumbs. Let's do that on the top layer here. Take that selection off. Okay. Oops, that's actually the wrong layer here. So I'll just do and put it here. Then down here, we'll do flesh. Where did I put those? Ah, there it is. What is this one? Good question. I'm not sure. Well, this is the layer we're looking for anyway. Let's grab those. And then we'll take our pen here. And let's put it back up to 100. Put it down to a 20. Get a white. Do like that. Like that. Let's do the same for the other side, even though there's barely any there. Just get a little bit of a streak there. That in. Then we need to get up on the very top. So we should probably make a layer up here. There. Do just give it a little bit of a glow. There we go. And then down here, there we go. A little bit of effects on that, and then I think we just need the text basically. So let's hop to that. And I think for that, since it's very simplified, we might be able to do, if we take this and make it our selection source, then we should be able to use a selection source for paint bucket. Let's try with any color. Not quite strict fussy. Better. Okay, so what color do we want it to be? I think we want it to be, as it is my image, we will do it in a pink. And then we will do the other one in a lighter pink. We'll fix that in a second. Okay. But of course it's open, so we can't do that one. Let's just hop down here. Just because we need to take this one and do multiply. I forgot about that. I wonder if we cross it over like that, if we can then flush it, or if we have to go all the way around. We can. Good. Okay, then we just need to take, first of all, remove this one here, not this one, this one. We'll take this, put it in a separate layer, make another layer, use paint bucket, go to this one here. And that one we can't do. Not that one either. Lovely. Should do that. I just need this little bit. And we can flush that. Just need to clean it up a little bit. Check here. Nothing needed there. The big four needs a little bit of love.
I am who I say I am.
Good. Okay. Then we need to take this one here. Put that there. Take this and put this on another layer. There we are. Bad. Okay, now we need a backflash, so we're going to close this at that, and we're going to make a blue one today because we have a green shirt. We'll do that. We'll see here, we will go here, get to there. Okay. I'll just redo that backflash because I forgot one thing. Grab that, delete that one please, because I forgot we had this one set as our selection source, so we should take that off. Go down here, remove selection source, go back to strict, and there we go. Then we can go here, and we can take a white, go to 500, and then we'll blur the background, give it a little bit of a different tone. I'm not quite happy with how that came out, so I'll just try again. It won't work for me.
Exhale.
I'll give them circular motions instead. We'll go over here, grab some of this colour, work a little bit of that in. We'll go a little bit further, get a little bit lighter. Okay, then we will go to the back character. We will select this layer, select, close, on top, go to white, and then we will flush in a little bit. Yeah, try that again. I'm not completely satisfied with how it came out. Okay, then we will go to the line art for the back character and combine it. Then we will do preserve opacity on it, and we'll do the same thing.
Sometimes I wanna fade out.
Basically, we're taking the back character a little bit out of the equation here, so that this is the guy that is in focus. Okay, then we can unlock the preserve opacity for it. Okay, and then we need to go down here. We need to go to these layers here and behind this one. We need to take 250, I think. Whoops. Accidental save. Let's do this, do this. We need to have something to mask the bottom, otherwise it's going to look weird. Let's do layer, size, let's do height, do the middle, 500. Might be a little bit too much. 250 I think. Oops, wrong one. Wait. Size. So just 100 to each side. Go to this one. Fill in the remainder and then go back to this one and fix the bottom.
Expect them to change for me, or let down their aim and see that I can't run away from a problem that survives when I'm alone. It's there to stay and that hurts me, not their sticks and stones.
Okay, get those back to normal, get this one back to normal. And then we are going to do a trick. And for that I'm going to put away my drawing tablet. Because what we're going to do is we're going to save some images. So, let's see here. We need to take off this, that. We need to take off this as well. We need to take off all the line art and the effects. And I think that is all. And then we will do PNG text 1. Text 2. Text 3. Text 4. And finally text 5. And I haven't prepared this, but let's turn these on again, the effects, these layers here, and then I will save here, and then I will hop in here, which you can't see, but I am doing stuff. Okay, let's start with this one, and we'll do okay, so we'll do this. We'll do that and this. save this. This one. I think I need to redo the first one, so I'll just do that quickly again. Will only take a moment. There we go. And then we will do this and do that. This we will do. Just will turn this around. Just messing about with some stuff. Sorry about that. I think we won't do that here. We'll still do this. We will only do it like that, and then we will do nah. Do this, do that. Okay, that's 3. Whoops. You can hear I'm doing stuff. Okay, last layer, and then we're ready. Nope, that's not what I wanted. This one, and that one. Okay, adding just one more little thing. Won't take more than a moment. Okay, so let's see here. Come on. Come on. Thank you. This, that, save. Okay, that's 1 of 4. Two of 4. Three of 4. And the last one. Okay, let me just check that they are correct and we will continue. Looks right to me. Okay then, back to the program. Go. All of them. Then we'll copy them in. And we'll do, just put these in here. Call it effectless. Put that in there. And then we will go to this. Last one. There we go. And then we just need one more thing, I think. Let's see here. Let's just name it real quick. Lifehacks for furries. Like hell if I'm going to write all that. Okay, and then we'll go into text and we will take these and do that, call it total. And then we will grab our drawing tablet again. And we will do, if we can get it to work, let's just do a pencil. 500, do preserve opacity, and we'll do, is that too light? Might be. Let's try giving it a little bit of a color, something like that. I think that works. Okay. And there we are. Life hacks for furries. The only thing we might want to do is take this layer down here, the one behind the text, so that should be this one. and we will take that and double it. Because if we remove this layer, then you can see a little bit of the background. So we're going to take 2 of those layers instead of just 1. Merge them together, take a 500 and just blur the top a little bit. Okay, there we are. I think that's going to be it for the picture. Furry solutions. Actually, I think one more thing. This one here, let's do another. Please sir, may I have another? Let's grab this, take it behind, do black one, 500, and just darken this a little bit. Just to separate it a little bit more from the other. Save our finished version. And we'll just take these, close them down. Let's do the last one, see if that'll work. No, so we'll do it like that. Don't need those anymore. That's the good thing about Sai, it doesn't try to center anything, it takes it in exactly the same spots. That's why I could do this so easily. But yeah, that's going to be it for the stream for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it, hope you had fun, and yeah, a little bit of simple drawing, but silly stuff. Well, thank you very much for watching. I'll sign off now and see you again for the next stream. Bye bye everyone. Bye. you.